Okay, class, look up. Please focus on this cosine rule. So far we have learned sine rule. So now it's a different one. In your sine rule, you had the A over sine A equals to B over sine B equals to C over sine C. And we used a triangle that looked something like this. Okay, just any triangle, A, B, and C. Remember that we can describe the angles by simply calling this angle A, capital A. This is angle B, and this is angle C. Then we also said that the sides that are opposite to the angle, they also have a name, and we assign a little letter to it. So for example, on this side, what do we call this side? Small a. What do we call this side? Small b. And this side? Small c. This triangle is the same one that was used in sine rule. It is the same triangle that was used for area of a triangle. Okay? So now, I'm going to state the cosine rule first. Cosine rule states that a square, okay, small a, so the length is equals to b square, another length, plus c square, minus 2 times of b times c times cosine a. Okay? Nothing complicated. It is just the square of one side. The square of one side over here equals to the square of the other side plus square of the last side minus 2 times of BC times cosine this angle, cosine A. It seems like a lot of things, but don't worry, because in this equation, when I need you to use it, you will only have one unknown. Everything else will be given to you. Only one thing will be missing. That is what you need to find out. Okay? Now, let's look at an example on how we can use this. We go on to example 15. On your textbook, page 64. You are given a triangle, page 64, this side 74 degrees, this is A, C, B. Okay, if you did not know your cosine rule, how are we going to find the value for A? If you don't know your cosine rule, how are we going to find the value of A? Can we use our sine rule? We can try. Let's see what happens if I use my sine rule, okay? Then I have A over sine 74 degrees equals to 11 over sine angle B, which is also equals to 17 over sine angle C. That doesn't help me solve for A, because now I have so many unknowns. Okay, I cannot use my sine rule, I'll get stuck. So let us try applying our cosine rule. Okay, we try using our cosine rule. Then you can flip to your textbook page 63. Just look at the formula over there. A square equals to B square plus C square minus 2BC cosine A. Okay, this is our small a. This is our small c. This is our small b. This is angle A. So I'm just going to substitute. My unknown is A. So A square equals to, what else do you have in the equation? What else do you have in the formula? What comes next? Everybody say it. A square equals to? I can't hear you. A square equals to? B square. What is the value of B? 11. Okay. A square equals to B square. Then plus C square. Plus, how much is C? 17. Then what comes next in your formula? Minus 2. Which one is B? 11. Square again. 11, no square. Then multiply by 17. And then cosine what? 74. Do you see it? Right now, I have an equation based from the cosine rule. And I only have one unknown. That is your a squared. So I'm sure I can make a the subject. Okay? So let us calculate. Let us try to find out a. A will be equals to, I have a squared equals to so many things. So what is a equals to? How do I move from this step to this step? Yeah, take square root. Okay? Do I need to put a plus minus? By right, I need to plus minus. But because a is a length, right? So I only have positive values. So I just put square root 11 square plus 17 square minus 2 times 11, 17, cosine 74 degrees. Now, it's just your calculator pressing skills, whether you get everything correct or not. Try it yourself with your calculator. Okay? You see it? Do you get this also? This is an example on direct application of your cosine rule. Okay, now I want you to try it. Try it 15. Try it 15. I only need you to find the side BC. Find BC. And of course, you are going to be applying the formula found on page 63, your cosine rule. It will be helpful to sketch it out. Darren, have you done it? Try it 15 to find the length of BC. Nevertheless, our focus is on BC first. Okay, I see that many of you have gotten the answer. So let's see. I'm going to apply my cosine rule. So the side BC is known as little a, right? And then this side will be known as little b. This is small c. Okay, so a square equals to b square plus c square minus 2bc cosine a. So now, substitution. A square, I don't know what that is, equals to b square. So 12 square plus 18 square minus 2 times of 12 times 18 cosine 49 degrees. So A equals to square root of this whole thing. So I'll just shortcut. I'll remove this square and I'll put a square root. So I don't have to write so many times. Then calculate. What? So my answer will be 13.586 cm, rounded off to be 13.6 cm. Okay? Anybody needs help for this? Then I want everybody to try my example over here. This is my example. Copy this down in a blank space. Could be the top right hand corner of your textbook, could be on your notes. This example over here. In this case, I don't have A, B, C. So you need to substitute accordingly into your cosine rule. Because not every time they will give you A, B, C. Could be X, Y, Z. And I want you to find this X, Z. How do you do this? We can give it names also, right? So this can be our little x, this can be our little z, and this can be our little y. Okay? So applying our cosine rule, I have y square equals to z square plus x squared minus 2 times of zx cosine y. Those letters in your cosine rule, in your sine rule, they just represent something. They can be changed. Okay? So over here, I'm not going to substitute in values. Z is equals to 8. So 8 squared plus 10 squared minus 2 times of 8 times 10 cosine 53 degrees. So this is y squared. So since I want to find y, instead of writing y equals to square root, then I copy everything down, I'm just going to take a shortcut, which you can do also. Just remove this y square, put a square root here. Save you a little bit of time. Okay? So answer. $8.2285. Do you all get this? Yes, sir? Okay. One last type of question that you may see. Okay? One last type of question. Still on cosine rule. But this time it is on page 66. You are given 3 sides of a triangle. And then they ask you to find an angle. Okay, so for example, let us look at example number 17. You have a triangle A, B, C of sides 7, 5, and 9. Then I ask you to find an angle. Perhaps I want you to find this angle. Angle A. If I use my cosine rule, I have A squared equals to B squared plus C squared minus 2BC cosine A. Right? This is our cosine rule. I want to find angle A. I therefore have to make A the subject from this formula. So how do we do that? How do I make A the subject? So it is your algebraic manipulation which you have done in the earlier part of this year. Let's try to make 2BC cosine A the subject first. Okay? So 2BC cosine A equals to B squared plus C squared minus A squared. Correct? This is your basic. You should know this. Then now I want to make cosine A the subject. So I have to divide by 2BC on both sides. So cosine A equals to B squared plus C squared minus A squared over 2BC. Okay? Then now to find angle A is equals to cosine inverse B squared plus C squared minus A squared over 2BC. Correct? So now I can substitute in numbers already. Cosine inverse. What is B squared? Okay. Which part I don't understand? Formula. I'm sure you can accept. Right? I didn't tell you how this formula is derived. You can refer to your textbook to see how you derive the formula. Or you can come and ask me. Otherwise, this is our cosine rule. Our goal is to make A the subject. So making A the subject is making angle A the subject. So I want to have 2BC cosine A. We bring this to the left hand side, meaning we add 2BC cosine A on both sides. Then I subtract A squared on both sides. From here to here, what I did was to add 2BC cosine A, then I minus A squared on both sides. I just used 2 steps. I just combine 2 steps into one. Then from here to here, I divide both sides by 2BC to make cosine A the subject. Then since I have cosine A equals to something and I want to find the angle A, I need to take cosine inverse of whatever it is. Then now I'm ready to substitute in numbers. So this will give me cosine inverse B squared. This is my little b, small c, and small a. B squared is 9 squared plus 7 squared minus 5 squared over 2 times of b, which is 9, times c, which is 7. So now, use your calculator again. Key in everything carefully. .557 degrees. So that is 33.6 degrees. Rounded off. Okay? Now I chose to find this angle first. In your textbook, they chose to find angle B first. Doesn't matter. Just substitute in accordingly. Okay? Then you see in the top of your textbook, they have a box. They call it cosine A equals to B squared plus C squared minus A squared over 2BC. Need to memorize or not? Actually, all the things in the boxes, right, you should memorize it. But I've just shown you how we can derive it over here. That means we can derive it ourselves. We don't have to memorize it. All we need to memorize is our cosine rule. A squared equals to B squared plus C squared minus 2BC cosine A. Once you have that, you can derive this yellow part yourself. Yes? They will give you the cosine rule, but they will not give you this one. Okay? In your exam, I think they will give you your sine rule also. So let us try it 17. Application. I only need you to find angle A. Okay, find angle A. Sophia, are you okay? Are you okay? Have you done this? Finished already? Huh? Trying. Okay, class, look up. Now we want to find cosine. We want to find the angle A. What we can do is to make A the subject first, or if you prefer, you can substitute in all the numbers that you can first. Up to you. Okay? So for me, I prefer to make A the subject, like what I did in the previous example. But now I will show you what happens if I choose to substitute everything right from the start. So A square is 10 square equals to B square, which is 9 square, plus C square. So that is 14 square minus 2 times of 9 times 14 cosine A. Do you prefer this? Then you can just do your manipulation. So this will give us so 252 cosine A is equals to 9 square plus 14 square minus 10 square. So cosine A equals to 377 over 252. And angle A, or rather angle BAC, equals to cosine inverse 377 over 252. Something is wrong.
It's 177.
177 ah. Okay. Thank you. So inverse cosine, you get 45.381 degrees. Round it off to 45.4 degrees. Okay, do you all get this? No? Who no? Well, better you didn't get it. So, can you find a mistake? Okay, Miss Maizura will be helping you. The rest, try this example. Copy this down. Try this example on a blank space. Only angle YZX. Try, hurry up. We only have about 6 more minutes. Then I want to do some homework questions with you. There. YZX. Let's find this angle. So you need to practice how you change your cosine rule. Instead of ABC, change it to XYZ. Q, finish already or not? Finish already? Okay, excellent. All of you got this? I can't hear you, Sophia. You only need to memorize the cosine rule, which is your a square equals to b square, c square minus 2bc cosine a. Once you have memorized this, then you can derive everything yourself. Okay? Okay, do you get it? Okay. So, want me to go through some homework questions with you? Go and watch the video. Okay? You are in the classroom already. Okay, 7.4. Question 1A. Now, when I go through these homework questions with you, I expect you to submit them also. Because I realize for some of the previous exercises, you all didn't even copy down these homework questions that I do in class. I still want to see them as part of your homework. Okay, so question 1A. Find the unknown side. So this is A, B, C. Yeah, apply your sine rule or your cosine rule with me. So as you do more, right, eventually you don't need to use your a square, b square, and c square. You can look at this and you say that by cosine rule, x square equals to 6 square plus 8 square minus 2 times of 6 times 8 cosine 63 degrees. Don't need to write your a, b, c anymore because you can visualize it yourself. So then, x is just square root of this part. And you get your answer. Then round it off. How many units? cm. Easy? Uncle, easy or not? Which part hard? Which part is hard? Hello, talking to you. Huh? Pressing calculator is hard. Okay, I'm not going to give you the answer. Then for part B, you have another triangle. P, R, Q. This is 101 degrees. X, 6, and 7. So for question 2, again your cosine rule, the side x square equals to 6 square plus 7 square minus 2 times of 6 times 7 cosine 101 degrees. Yep. What? That means you... No, cannot. Wait, where got cosine inverse? This is finding the length. There's no cosine inverse. Okay, so over here, x will therefore be square root of this whole thing. Then you get an answer, round it off to how many cm? Okay, now question number 2a. Find the unknown angle. This is theta A, B, and C, 6, 8, 9. So I'm going to form an equation, keeping in mind that I want this angle over here. So I will start off with the side that is opposite it. The side that is opposite it is 8. So 8 square equals to 6 square plus 9 square minus 2 times of 6 times 9 cosine theta. This is my equation. Then you make cosine theta the subject. Then theta equals to cosine inverse something equals to something, round it off to how many 1 decimal place? Huh? What is what? Okay, the homework questions are 1A, B, 2A, B, 3, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, because you need to practice your cosine rule by Tuesday, Wednesday, Wednesday. So Wednesday will be 19. Can? Yes. You want to come down straight to this step, is it? No. At least, I want to see this step. If you start at this red color box, okay. But that involves you memorizing lah, which I don't encourage. I'd rather you start from here. Okay, class 10?